We just finished a Marita Gemara. I hope it was clear. It's actually that is officially the hardest Gemara in the whole Masechta. So if you have that Gemara clear, you'll have every Gemara clear. We're at the parentheses. The Hanicha, exactly. You get it clear, We're at the parentheses of Chav Zayin Beis. Now, the rule of parentheses in Gemara is you skip them. I've gotten yelled at many times because I skipped this Gemara. It's not our Gemara, it's Gemara Yuma. And so therefore we're going to skip it again. Maybe one day we'll come back to it. It's an interesting story that maybe one day we'll come back to. But for now, we're going to skip the parentheses and we're going to go into the next Gemara, smack in the middle of the Amid. Ira keri be'echad mehem. Ira keri be'echad mehem. Yeah, we're all there? Here we go. Ira keri be'echad mehem. If one of them becomes tummy in the middle of the night, we said, what does he do? He goes through the tunnels to the mikvah, tovels, dries up, warms up, goes back to the Beis HaMikvah, hangs out there till the morning. Says the Gemara, Misayeya le Rabbi Yechanan. This is a raya to Rabbi Yechanan. The Gemara that said that what does he do when he's going to become tar, he goes through the tunnel, is a raya to Rabbi Yechanan. What's the raya? Damar, who says, Mechilois, tunnels, loy niskachu. Rav Yechanan is of the opinion that tunnels do not have kedusha. So what's the raya? That's the raya. Because if the tunnels had kedusha, how would it be allowed to go through the tunnel? It must be the tunnel does not have kedusha. And the second part of Rav Yechanan is no sheikhs. So don't think we're going to bring your raya to this. It's just once we quote Rav Yechanan, we quote the whole memra of Rav Yechanan. But really, it's absolutely no sheikhs, the second part. Ubal keri mishtaleach chutz l'shnei machanis. And the Balkari is sent outside of the two camps. Now, again, that second din that a Balkari is sent outside the two camps has nothing to do with our sugya. Our sugya is just that the tunnel does not have kedusha from the fact that he went into the tunnel when he was tummy. Period. Next Gemara. Vanirois dalkin mikan umikan. What's going on?
I'm doing the motion.
Doing the motion. Neirois dalkin mikan umikan. I didn't remember that motion, but okay, I got it.
There
you go. And the ears were burning on both sides. Now we have a fascinating story. Hold on tight. Rav Safra have a Yosef bebeis hakisei. Rav Safra is sitting in the toilet. Also Rav Abba. Okay, all the maturity. Here we go. You say the word toilet. What else should I say?
It's the way you said it.
Well, guess what, guys? Hold on tight. Just getting started. Also Rav Abba, nachalei. Rav Abba says, Rav Abba comes, nochar lei, literally means he coughs. He makes some noise, wanting to know if he could come into the toilet. What happens? Amar lei. So Rav Safra calls out, Leilmar, come on in. Okay, it's good. The video picks up the laugh. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Now, the Mefarish over here points out something interesting, because in the Mishnah, we said there's a door. That was the big kunz of the Beis HaKisei shall cover. If this bathroom had a door, then the whole story makes no sense.
Right.
Because then if the door is closed, someone's inside. So look at. Oh, one second. Look at the Mefarish on the last wide line.
He's knocking on the door.
What do you say?
He said he maybe he just heard the guy cough, but there was a door there.
So no. Look at the Mefarish. The Mefarish learns. There's many ways of learning this Gemara, but Shavar Yosef Eskisi. V'lo have a bay bepesach, and there was no v'lo have a bay delis. They changed the word Pesach delis. There's no door. Elazel hayim in hagli. This is what they would do. Adam sharaitzel ikanisham. You wanted to go in, so you get close to this stall without a door. You would cough. And if there's a person in the toilet, what should he do back? He would cough back. And then and you back up because you know someone's inside. Rav Safra didn't do this. So again, let's get our name straight. Rav Safra's in the bathroom. El Rav Abba Nachar, va'amar loy Rav Safra le'omar. Come on in. What should Rav Safra have done? He should have coughed kenegdai. Lekach hishiv loy Rav Abba lach sheyatz bisham. Back into the Gemara. So let's continue the Gemara. So again, Rav Abba is standing outside the bathroom. He coughs. Rav Safra says, coming in. Basar dinafik. So Rav Abba now waits because he realizes Rav Safra's inside. Basar dinafik. After Rav Safra comes out, Basar after dinafik, he leaves. Amar le Rav Abba. Rav Abba says to Rav Safra, Ad kan, until now, loisalakta liseir. You went to Seir, Gamarta Mili to Seir, you learned the practices of Seir, meaning he's talking to him in a derogatory manner, telling him, what are you doing? You're acting in such a non-sneistic manner. You're acting like the Persians, the Persians, Rashi says. What are you doing? And now the Gemara says, why? What did he do wrong? Our Mishnah. Lav hochi tenan, do we now learn in our Mishnah? Matzai no, if you find it closed, biyadua, you know, sheishamandam, you know someone's inside. What do we learn from the fact that if the door is closed, you know someone's inside? Lememra, that teaches us, he should not have gone inside. So it's interesting. The Gemara brings a raya from the fact that the Mishnah said that if the door is closed, you know someone's inside, is a raya that you shouldn't go to the bathroom and someone else is there. Why you need a raya? Good question. But that's what the Gemara says, is a raya. So asks Rav Abba to Rav Safra, I don't get it. Why did you tell me to come on in?
So why is it not announced pretty much there is a door?
There's a door. Because if there was no door, there's no coughing, none of this.
No, he just went in it.
Right.
So the Gemara, let's come back to whether there's a door or not door in a moment. Let's I understand your question. Let's come back to a moment. Let's just get the storyline. Safra's in the bathroom. Rav Abba comes, he coughs. Rav Safra says, come on in. Rav Abba waits. When Rav Safra comes out, Rav Abba says, what are you doing? Why did you tell me to come in? You should not have told me to come in because the Mishnah teaches us that when the door is closed, you know someone's inside, you're not supposed to go in when someone's in the bathroom. End of story. But now the Gemara wants to really circle around. The Gemara says, what was Rav Safra thinking? Why did Rav Safra tell him to come in? Says the Gemara, V'Rav Safra Savar. What did Rav Safra think? Dilma, perhaps Misukanu. Maybe it was a matziv of sakana. Maybe Rav Abba had an emergency. Kedetanya, as we learned in a brisa, Rashbag Oimer, says Rav Shimon Gamliel, Amuda Chayzer. Someone really has to use the bathroom number 2, and it goes back in. Maybe as Adam, it brings a person. Lidei Hadrakoin, that's the name of a disease. Siloin Achayzer, someone really has to urinate, and he pulls it back in. Maybe it's Adam Lidei Rakoin, it brings to a different type of disease, period, end of story. So why did Rav Safra let him in? Or tell him to come in, I should say. Because Rav Safra thought it was an emergency. Now,
because he called.
So 1 second. Let's just speak out a few details over here. Okay. There's an outhouse. What's inside that house is not like a toilet. It's just a hole, a bucket, a chvaistish, what's going on there. Meaning, so Rav Safra's in the bathroom. He hears outside a guy cough. So Rav Safra says, come on in. Now, clearly there was room for 2. Rav Safra say, come in. Frag to Gemara, why did you tell him to come in? Frag to Rav Abba, why did you tell me to come in? It's only one at a time. He said, I thought it was an emergency. End of story. Now, whether there was or was not a door, honestly, the Mefarish here is the one that, quote unquote, makes up this detail. That makes it up. He assumes.
And Mefarish adds that they coughed. If they coughed.
No, the Gemara says he coughed. Nacharle means he coughed. The Gemara says he coughed. Asr of Abba, Nacharle, that he coughed. That we know.
Means that there was
yeah, good. Coughing was normal. And he should have just done what? He should have coughed back, which means don't come in.
If it was an emergency.
So if he said,
or there's no room.
Okay, so that's a very good question. If it was an emergency, Rav Safra assumed it's an emergency. If it's an emergency, he would have said emergency, or he would have just barged right in. That's a good question. It doesn't really exonerate Rav Safra, the way this
But
Gemara says it.
L'chayra for sure some type of wall. That's for
No,
sure.
absolutely not.
Well, then why are you doing this ha-hum thing? You see me, I'm right here. Look, I have to go to the bathroom.
So I envision, like, let's say we're on this side of this mechitza. So let's say someone comes in that door. He doesn't know what's on the other side of the mechitza. So before he even walks here, over there,
Okay,
before he approaches,
there's no direct look.
I guess so. As he approaches, he gives a kov matzah. Now, happens to be there's a lot of rayas that are brought from this gemara because there's a sefer Shulchan Aruch that says you're not supposed to talk in the toilet. So what's going on?
Right.
How's Rav Safra talking in the bathroom?
See?
How's he
What's the
talking?
no?
He's asking very good. What's the no?
What's the no?
No, that's quoting the Mishnah. Go back. Lav hachi tanan. Did we not learn in the Mishnah just a raya that you're not supposed to let someone into the bathroom when you're there? Not that this door was closed. Lav hachi tanan. Do we not learn in the Mishnah? Matzai no. If you find the door closed, be yadua, it is known sheish amadam, which teaches us lameimra d'lam yibayli lameil. Doesn't mean that in this case there was a door. It's just bringing a raya that you're not supposed to go in when someone else is there from the Mishnah. From the Mishnah. Happens to be within this Gemara, there's lots of discussions if we could have a raya, whether you're yes allowed to talk in the bathroom, whether you're not allowed to talk in the bathroom. Lemaisa, it's important to note, when you learn Chelik Aleph of Mishnah Brura, it has all these things which are usser. Talking in the bathroom, etc., etc., etc. Lemaisa, Ramesha Feinstein learned it's not an isser. It's a little bit controversial. But Ramesha learned it's not an isser. Ramesha learned that everything okay?
No,
Getting caught up in the toilets? What's wrong?
no, in Cole, they're like talking about like they say that you're not allowed to text in the bathroom.
Yeah, because it's texting called talking. Yeah.
It's the best time they operate.
If you want to sit in that bathroom and text, there's something else wrong.
Lemaisa.
Oh, I mean,
Those tiny bathrooms.
Oh,
I'm talking about in general. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about there's an outhouse for a reason. We're talking about out.
window, you can see it.
Yeah, Shmuel, you're getting sidetracked. There. Talking about outhouses. We're talking about time operating.
Lemaisa, it's important to note that Ramesha learns that it's not an isser. He learns it's a midday, the sniusa. It's a sneeze type of matziv, and that's Ramesha. It is important to know. Obviously, the bathroom is not a place to, have a 3-part suda. Sometimes you wonder what's going on in there.
This comes in. It starts off with the neighbors.
No, good. The v'chulu. Very good. No, the v'chulu. The v'chulu. That is the v'chulu. Neiros tokum mikan mikan.
That's it.
V'chulu. The v'chulu means keep on reading the Mishnah. And it comes from that part of the Mishnah. Now, what happens to you on the side of the Gemara, they actually add in matzai na'ol v'chulu. If you see a little hay on the side of your Gemara, so their grad was whoever that I think it's the Shita Mikubetzes was bothered by your kasha that the heading is wrong. So it quotes on the side matzai na'ol. You see that on the side or no?
I don't know where to look, to be honest.
You see your Gemara. Every Gemara is different.
I found it.
Hey. Your hay is no. Where's your hay? Where's the hay? Over here, maybe? Nope, wrong hay.
Found it over here.
Up here? Yeah, she didn't over there. So it says, yeah, very good. Hey, says mikan matzai na'ol v'chulu shmamina. Meaning they quote the next part of the Mishnah. It's mamish bothered by your kasha because l'chayra it's no sheikhs. Okay, once we're on bathroom etiquette, let's just go a little bit further because we have some more bathroom etiquette coming up. So here we go. Ready? Amar le Rav. These are easy gemaras. It's just hard reading. Amar le Rav l'chia brei. Rav told Chia's son, the wisdom of Rav that he imparted to his son was as follows. V'chein amar le Rav Huna l'Rabba brei. Rav Huna told Rabba his son, Chashech, when it gets dark, takin nafshach, fix yourself, which means go to the bathroom. V'kadim, and get up early, takin nafshach, and fix yourself, go to the bathroom. We live in a world of outhouses, so you know what the wisdom he told his kid? Use the facilities on off hours. Go late at night, do your thing, and wake up early in the morning and do your thing. So you don't got to show up at, rush hour in the bathroom and get all messed up. Givaldik. Why? So that Deloy sirchak, you don't have to distance yourself. Why do you have to distance yourself? Because if you show up to the outhouse and there's another guy inside, you're not let it go. So you got to go walk a little further. So Rav told his kid, Rav Huna told his kid, you're such a tippish. You're having a whole issue. The bathroom is jammed. Don't go in the middle of the day with everyone else. Mayirdik. Next Gemara. Toiv, sit down. Vigali, and reveal yourself. Kasi, cover yourself up. Vikum and stand up. This is a halacha that there is tznius even in a private area, even in the bathroom. Pshat is not strip down to your birthday suit and do your thing, but rather sit, pull down the pants, pull. Can't get it. Can't get it. Can't get it. Baruch Hashem.
Good to see you, no?
Baruch Hashem. Baruch Hashem. Well, we'll pause here. We'll pause here. I do want to mention, maybe we'll bring in the tshuva. There's a Murdik tshuva of Ramosha that Ramosha discusses how tznius works by men. A very confusing topic. What? No, that's also true, but he deals with, stam, how to walk around undressed, how does it work, v'chulu, v'chulu. So it's a fascinating tshuva. But that is the raya we see in the Gemara straight, that there's a concept that it's the first of Shulchan Aruch, Shvisi Hashem. But let's pause over here by Shtoif, wash out the cup. That's the next Gemara is about washing out your cup. That will be tomorrow in Mirza Hashem.